वाहेगुरु जी का खालसा वाहेगुरु जी की फतेह. A very warm welcome to entire Sangat, all ladies and gentlemen. Our topic for this evening is hopes and wishes. Hope is much needed in our life. Without hope, we cannot work. As we always say and we read, Guru Nanak Sahib Ji mentioned, नानक दुखिया सब संसार. Everyone is suffering. Everyone is in pain. Everyone has some problems and troubles in one's life. But what makes us active? What makes us going? Why we all are still working? Because of hope. We all have so many problems and troubles in our life, in our own way. Definitely, everyone would be having different kind of problem. Someone may be facing some health issues, another may be facing some wealth issues. Someone may be facing some problems because of health, wellness, and maybe another one is facing issues with mental health. Someone could be with physical health, another would be with the mental health. But we have a hope, and hope is always about tomorrow. I will have a better day. My sorrows, my problems will over after some time. So these kind of hopes keeps us active, keeps us going. Doctor always gives hope to a patient. You will be perfectly fine. It helps. So in our life, we have hope to get a lot of things. And then we have another hope that will able to meet Vaheguru, God. This is also a hope. We can say like it's a iron bangle if we are just hoping to get something of this world, from this world, and whenever we are having hope to meet Vaheguru, that is also a hope, but maybe like a gold bangle. But both are maybe stopping us. The purpose of life is a life of purpose. Robert Bryan. So we have a purpose. We have some hopes to fulfill. That is why we are working. Last week, we discussed about definition of hope and wishes, the meaning of asa, what is the meaning of asa, and we should not hope from human beings. If we want something in our life, we must have hope in Vaheguru, and the highest virtue, highest hope, the best thing we must have or we can have a hope to meet Vaheguru. That's what we discussed last week. This week, we'll try to take a deep dive into it. As last week we talked about, we must have or we should not have hope from human beings. But why should we have hope in Vaheguru only? That we will discuss today. Then last week we talked about Vaheguru ji fulfill our wishes. Jo manga hai Thakur apne te, soi soi deve. So we should not hope from anyone else. But the question arises, even Vaheguru doesn't fulfill our all the wishes. And if he doesn't fulfill our wishes, What are the reason behind it? And what are the consequences? Because whenever we have a hope and we have highest hope that God will fulfill it, but it doesn't get fulfilled, then there are some negative impacts comes on human's life, in our life, with our behavior, how things comes, like what are the consequences when God doesn't fulfill our wishes. Sometimes it's getting fulfilled and sometimes it's not. Then what are we to do? So these things we'll try to understand today. Hope also have 3 stages. Why should we hope from Vaheguru, and why God doesn't fulfill all the wishes, or whether is it possible or not, and what are we to do. So these 3-4 points we'll try to understand today. Ask. There are few other words ending with us, and almost next stages of us. Us is hope. Another step is udas, to whom we say sad. Udas. This is also a combination of 2 words. Ud as, which means udas. Ud as is udas. Ud means me. Hope from just myself. Ud as, hope from me. I can do something. Whenever someone is sad, he just say, I don't want anyone with me. Just leave me alone. I want to sit with myself. I don't want anyone else. I don't want anyone else. Leave me alone. Udas, sad. So now just have hope from myself. No one gonna help me. No one can help me now. Udas. And it happens in our life with experience actually. We live in the us, that is also important. All are different aspects of life that we'll try to understand in the light of Gurbani. Udas, just unable to help it. Because earlier we have hope from other things. If we are poor, we feel once I'll able to get money, I will be happy. But once we get it, we are not really happy. One who doesn't have a bungalow or a car or house, he just feel, I'm just hoping once I'll get my own house. That is called happiness. But it doesn't work. A bachelor may think, if I'll get a wife after marriage, I may have a beautiful life, just I'm incomplete. But after wedding, maybe he's not happy. Parent who doesn't have any child, they just feel once I'll just get a son or a daughter or a child, then they hope their life will be more peaceful. But it doesn't work then that way. So then they come back to ourselves. This is called udas. We thought we'll get happiness from money, from health, from wealth, from wife or child, from any other things. But we found all are part of life, maybe give us some temporary happiness, but then we feel sad. Because every person, everything going to hurt us, going to leave us in all other ways. So from us we go to udas. Even there is a sect started by Guru Nanak Sahib Ji's son, Baba Shri Chand Ji. His followers are also known as an udasi. Baba Shri Chand Ji also used to sit alone in his childhood. when he was so young, he used to go out of the city and just doing meditation, reciting name of Vaheguru, sitting alone under a tree or somewhere. So his mother used to find him, like, where is he now? Udas, don't have hope from any human being or other things, but hope from himself. I can do something. Udas. So Guru Nanak Sahib Ji's son, Shri Chand Ji's followers are also known as an Udasi. And for a long time, they took care of Gurdwara Sahibs as well. Sannyas and Niras, these are also like similar or synonyms, we can say. Sannyas and Niras is like we are living in it, still we are not attached to it. That we'll able to understand by the end of the lecture, because on this point we are going to read more Gurbani Panktis and from history point of view. Sannyas and Niras, whenever we have hope, we have aas, we have udas, but then again we leave it on Vaheguru. We are not attached to any hope. We are not attached to any aas. That is called sannyas. People left their house, became sannyasi. But Guru Nanak Sahib Ji said, Viche girhe udas. The definition of sannyas, Viche girhe udas. The one who is udas while living with the family. Guru Gobind Singh Ji also mentioned, Re man ऐसो कर सन्यासा, बन से सदन सभय कर समझो, मन ही माहे udasa. He mentioned both of the words, sannyas and udas. What is sannyas? Ban se sadan sabhay kar samjho. Don't leave your house and go to jungle. Just realize your house is like a jungle. No one is here temporary. You don't need to leave it. You don't leave your responsibilities. So this is kind of situation, ek avastha of our heart. Sannyas can't happen on body, or we can say in a physically. If we say leaving family is sannyas, actually leaving attachment with the family and things is sannyas. But people were finding it difficult, so they left their family. But Guruji did not encourage that. Okay, so as our next question that we mentioned, why should we have hope in Vaheguru only? Udas from us and then from Vaheguru. First point that we'll try to understand in three different things. Why should we have hope in Vaheguru? First, giver to all. Dada data ek hai, sab kau devan har. He is the great giver and he is giver to all. God is giving to everyone. So we must have hope in Vaheguru. All are his beggars. Everyone. Jachak mangay daan deh pyare. We all are begging from him. All are his beggars. Everyone is praying to Vaheguru. Maybe a poor person is asking something from another person, but it doesn't work because he's also asking from someone else. But the highest stage is Vaheguru. He is giving to all and all are his beggars, if one beggar is begging from another beggar, rather than that, he must ask from the giver, not from the others. So we all are demanding, we all are praying, we all are requesting to the one. So that is why we must remember, we must have hope in Vaheguru. He will fulfill our wishes. He can and he will. As one story of Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji I'll share. Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji was going to a battle of Nashahra. He went to a Gurdwara Sahib, asked Granthi Singh Ji to do a ardas, perform a prayer, and ask, we may win. By grace of Vaheguruji, Maharaja Ranjit Singh won that battle. Although it was a very difficult battle, they did not have all the weapons and not much Khalsa army as well. But by grace of Vaheguruji, by Ardas, he won it. While coming back, he said to Granthi Singh Ji, if you want something for you, just tell me, I'll give it to you. But then that Granthi Singh replied beautifully. He said, you were also begging from Vaheguru, from Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Earlier I was begging for you. If needed, then I will beg for me as well. I am not dependent on you. Maharaja Ranjit Singh felt bad, ashamed. So the real giver is Vaheguru. So we must have hope in Vaheguru. Now the next question arises. God doesn't fulfill all the wishes. Now we are saying, don't demand, don't hope from other human beings, don't believe, don't hope from wealth, from position, everything or anything won't able to help us. Just pray to Vaheguru. But God also doesn't fulfill all the wishes. Even we can see in the history, even who were the son of Guruji himself, their wishes were also not been fulfilled. Pai Datuji. Pai Datuji was son of second Guru, Shri Guru Angad Sahib Ji. His hope, his wish to be a third Guru. He wanted to be the third Guru of Sikhism. It was his hope. But God doesn't fulfill all the wishes. Guru Angad Sahib Ji gave Gurta Gati to third Guru, Shri Guru Amar Das Ji, not to Pai Datu. Pai Datu felt so bad. He forcefully sat on that Gurta Gadi and then kicked Guru Amar Das Ji by his feet. He kicked Guru Amar Das Ji on chest. But Guru Amar Das Ji was so humble and said, my bones are so hard, my body is so hard. I hope it did not hurt your soft feet. But Pai Datuji's wish did not get fulfilled. So every wish is not God's wish. Wishes are fulfilled. If our wish is getting fulfilled, which means God's wish was also the same. He wanted it or he helped us. If it is not, we need to understand. Pai Datuji's wish was to become third Guru. He tried hard. He worked hard. Even he found himself as eligible because he was a son of Guru. But it did not work. His wish, his desire did not fulfilled by Guruji, although being a son of Guru. The same happened with fourth Guru's son as well, Baba Prithi Chand Ji. Now he was the eldest. He found himself as deserving. This is what happens in our life. We found ourselves as deserve. I deserve, my wish should get fulfilled. If we just think from the point of view of Prithi Chandji, he wasn't wrong in that way. He was a son of Guruji, eldest son, and he found himself eligible to be a fifth Guru of Sikhism. It was his hope, it was his wish, but did not get fulfilled. Who became Guru of Sikhism after Guru Ramdas Ji is? The youngest son, Shri Guru Arjan Sahib Ji. So Prithi Chand, Bhai Datu Ji, even after being son of Guru, even their wishes did not get fulfilled. One another Sakhi, a story, Sakhi, Harichand. He fought with Guru Gobind Singh Ji. After this, it is called as an Pangani, the Yudh. So after this battle, Guru Gobind Singh Ji celebrated Hola Mahalla as well. Today is a Hola Mahalla, which is getting celebrated in Anandpur Sahib, Punjab, and in other Gurdwaras as well. All over the world we are celebrating. So Harichand and Guru Gobind Singh Ji. So both Guru Gobind Singh Ji was just going with few of his Sikhs, and then Harichand found Guru Gobind Singh Ji and he wanted to have a battle. कह लो भी उसने गुरु गोबिंद सिंह जी ਨੂੰ ਘੇਰਾ ਬਣਾ ਲਿਆ ਵਿਚਕਾਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ and ਥੋੜੇ ਜਿਹੇ Sikh, few Sikhs and Guru Gobind Singh Ji, and all around are just the force of Harichand, a king, Pahadi Raja. He said, like, let's have 1-1 because I know I'm going to win it. He hoped for it. He had a hope he's going to win and he wished to. And then Guruji said, as I have heard, you are so perfect in your marks. So I'm giving you a chance. You just show me your skills. He drew his arrow, his wish to hurt Guru Gobind Singh Ji. He hoped of wounding Guru Gobind Singh Ji with his arrow, but his wish did not get fulfilled. Vaheguru Ji saved Guru Gobind Singh Ji, did not touch. Harichand's arrow even did not touch Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Then he thought to kill Guru Gobind Singh Ji's horse. Guru Gobind Singh Ji gave him another chance. Then he tried to kill horse of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. His hope did not get fulfilled. Then again, third time again, Guruji gave him a chance and he drew his arrow and it was just on the Guru Gobind Singh Ji's waist. It hurt a bit, little blood came out, but Guru Gobind Singh Ji was safe. Then Guru Gobind Singh Ji replied. Then Guru Gobind Singh Ji drew his arrow on his chest. It went through his chest and Harichand fall on the ground. Jabay baan lagyo, tabay ros se jak. There Guru Gobind Singh Ji mentioned it. Harichand mare sujodha litare, Bachittar Natak, Dasam Granth. So Guru Gobind Singh Ji himself mentioned this battle. Harichand mare. So just with one arrow, it went through his chest and he fall down on the ground. So here, Harichand's wishes did not get fulfilled. And when Guru Gobind Singh Ji won it, Guruji did not say it's my wish, it was my hope. Guru Gobind Singh Ji said, Pai jeet teri, Pai jeet meri, Kripa kal teri. By the grace of Vaheguru Ji, I won this battle. So one problem comes whenever we are too much stubborn with our wishes. We want it to get fulfilled, and if it doesn't get, then two cases comes. Nowadays we can see people are committing suicide. They had a wish, they wanted to do something, they wanted to get someone. Maybe they wanted to get married with specific person, boy or a girl. They wanted to reach to a specific position, wanted to get enough wealth, or any reason. So whenever we are so much strict with our wishes and we want our hopes, our wishes to get fulfilled at any cost, we are so stubborn. It should be. We are not requesting. It's like an giving order to Vaheguru. It must get fulfilled. And whenever we are so much attached to our hopes and wishes, and we cannot bear if it doesn't get fulfilled, then it turns into two stages as well. The another side of it, people commit suicide. Just now I was reading a news. A very young girl, maybe 16 or 17 years old, she wrote a suicidal note and said, my parents were hoping I will get 95% marks. I did not get it. I'm sorry, my mother. She committed suicide. Just latest news in Punjab. Very latest, just 2 days, maybe, hardly 2 days or 3 days. So hoping she should get it. And if we are too much strong, or we just, that hope becomes a part of desire, it must get fulfilled. When it doesn't, people commit suicide. Because we were hoping anyhow, by hook or crook, anyhow, it should happen. My hope must get fulfilled. No, this is not we are supposed to do. We must remember, even Guruji's son's wishes did not get fulfilled, and none of them committed suicide, right? So by Datuji, by Prithichan, and many other examples we can find in Sikhism, and I hope in every religion or in any cases, many cases. So God will not fulfill all the wishes. We must aware about it, and to keep our children, family as well. Don't put so much pressure. I'm hoping this, and don't make it as a it must happen thing, because permanent is just one thing, as we discussed. Gurbani teaches us. Ultimate truth is just death. This is going to happen for sure. Just everything cannot say will happen or not. So whenever we put too much pressure, too much hopes in something, it leads to suicide as well. So make sure about it. We may kill ourselves, we may force someone else too, but make sure. Another atheist. People deny God. Vaheguru hai hi nahi. There is no God. Otherwise, my wish must be fulfilled. I recite the name of Vaheguru. I did Japji Sahib. I went to Gurdwara. I performed seva. I did donations. I gave daswand. I put a lot of efforts. Still, my wish did not get fulfilled. There is no God. This is also a side negative point of it. Whenever we are having too strong hope or wish, and if it doesn't get fulfilled, someone may kill himself physically or spiritually. There is no God. I don't believe in God. I've seen people, those who were coming to Gurdwara continuously. I was in Punjab, in Fasilka. I saw many Sangat members who used to come every day to the Gurdwara. Then I came to know about one lady. She stopped coming. I asked some another Sangat member. She's not coming. Then another Sangat member told me that she was coming every day because her daughter was not well. Now her daughter is no more. She said, there is no God. I won't come again. So sometimes we become so negative and we feel there is no Guru, there is no Vaheguru, there is no God. That is why we always share Guru Sahib Ji's Sakhis so that we can get some motivation. Maybe we lost someone from the family. Guru Gobind Singh Ji lost all his family members, father or mother, or his 4 sons, very young age. Maybe just to set an example in front of us. So tusi dolo na, be confident. Don't lose your hope. Don't lose your faith. Don't lose your trust in Vaheguru. So these are the 2 things where we should not go at all if our wishes are not getting fulfilled. Don't go into the path of suicide or don't deny Vaheguru. This is what happens as well. That also we need to take care. So what we need to accept, Guru Nanak Sahib, सबनी छाला मारियां करता करे सो होए. Sabni means everyone. Challa Maria means everyone have tried their best. They have done their best. They have tried their best to get something. But by the end of the time, God is the one who is going to decide. Karta kare so hoye. Karta means Vaheguru, God. He will do whatever he will do, that will happen. So we need to accept it. We need to try. We need to put our efforts, but on the same time, we must remember whatever Vaheguru wants, that will happen. And whatever is good for me, that will happen. A mother doesn't want anything bad for his child, for her child. Cannot. Parents don't want anything bad happen to their child. His hopes could be wrong. Maybe a child is hoping to touch, or maybe a child is hoping to jump from a wall or from the 2nd floor, or maybe a child is hoping to catch a snake, but mother is doesn't allowing him. If child is thinking my mother is stopping me, she is enemy, I don't want my mother in my life, she's not good mother, I want to catch this snake but she don't allow me. Our hopes could be wrong. As by Datuji, by Prithichan wanted to be Guru, but God's wishes were different. So the real religious person is who have hopes but always remember acceptive as well. He should be acceptive, or the real religious person is acceptive by having hopes as well. So the conclusion is, what are we to do? Asa mahe niras valaye nehcho. Nehcho means 100%, surely. Nehcho, nischay, surely. Nehcho nanak karte paye. So we must have hopes, because then only our life is going. Keep going, keep working, keep following. We must have hope. But what kind of hope we must have? Guru Nanak Sahib is helping us to understand the conclusion of this hope. Asa mahe niras valaye. Now asa, we are hoping. Nirasa, so we should be hoping as well. We should not be hoping. We must have asa as well. We must have nirasa as well. Now we'll find it complicated, like both are contradictory. Meaning of both words are different, and Guruji is telling us to be both at the same time. How would we do it? Asa mahe nirasa vilay. We may have hope, but all the same time, we must have that trust. This is my hope. This is what I want. This is what is my desire, my wish. But still, we are not too much attached, nirash as well. If it happens, then okay. If it doesn't happen, still I am okay. I wish, but if it is good for me, it will happen. If God's wish is also with my wish, then it will happen. Guru Amar Das ji never asked for Gurta Gaddi, but he got it. Guru Arjan Sahib ji never wanted Gurta Gaddi. Whenever there was a wedding in Lahore, Guru Ramdas ji said earlier to Prithi Chand ji, go to Lahore and attend a wedding. But by Prithi Chand ji thought, if I'll go there, maybe meanwhile Guru Arjan Sahib may get Gurta Gaddi. I should not leave this house. He did not go. But Guru Arjan Sahib ji went. No desires. So we may have hope, but we must not have desire that our hope must get fulfilled. That is nirash. So staying with the family, but still not attached with the family is nirash. So if we can live in that way, we must then nehcho 100% surely Nanak karte pai. Nehcho Nanak karte pai. If one can live in that way, definitely Guru Nanak Sahib is giving us, telling us surety. Nehcho Nanak karte pai. Surely he will get, he will meet, he will find the Creator Lord. So now Guruji is also giving us a bit hope. If we can stay in the hope, but while not being much attached. It is just like writing on a wall. Do not write on the wall, but still we have to write. To give this message, don't write. To tell this, don't write, we need to write. To say, keep silence, we need to make some noise. Although we need to convey this message, don't shout, don't speak, keep quiet. Still, we need to make some voice. कह लो ये मजबूरी है, it's like compulsion. So hope we may have, but we should not have the hard desire it must get fulfilled. Every wish never get fulfilled. So aas vi hove, nirash vi hove, and we must live on the Vaheguru. If you want, still it is okay. If you don't, I am happy. जे दुख दे ता तुझे, जे सुख दे ता तुझे आराधी, दुख भी तुझे ते आई. If it happens, all right. Doesn't, still we can have the same love for Vaheguru by accepting that was good for me. Maybe as a child, my hope was to catch fire. Maybe as a child, my hope was to catch snake. If it is not getting fulfilled, so every time God's wish is going to fulfill, we need to be acceptive about it. So this was the message that we tried to understand in the light of Gurbani. And now I would request you all as well, because this lecture will be incomplete without your response in form of confirmation, clarification, or adding some experience relevant to the same topic, relevant to the today's topic. If you have something in your mind, any Gurbani Pankti, whatever is there, so don't be shy. Don't keep it with yourself. It's definitely incomplete till the time we won't hear from all of you. So now I request you, to all the Sangat members, to all the attendees, if you are any Gurbani Pankti or any experience, kindly share it with all of us. I'm giving the option. You can unmute yourself. So now I request you all. So thank you very much once again for giving your precious time. Now I'm hoping to hear from all of you. Thank you very much once again. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. हाँ जी वाहिगुरु जी। हाँ जी हरदीप जी, you are unmuted. Would you like to share something जी?
वाहिगुरु जी की खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह.
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह जी।
Yes, a very good lecture, Satvinder. You brought us through from the beginning, from As, Udas, Sannyas, and Niras, and all the stages that we can go through. And you gave us some examples of Gurujis and Bhai Dattu, Priti Chand, and Hari Chand. It really explained a lot about hope and where it can lead you. And what you said, we think we deserve that wish should come true, but it may not. So then we get disappointed. So that's the problem with us, is we hope and wish and we think we are going to get it, but we don't. And we end
Yes.
up being very unhappy. And as you said, a lot of things that we want are really for temporary happiness, actually. And the tukka that at the end sort of explains it all, as you said, ke as which we niras we rena, have
Yes.
trust in God, won't lose hope. Vaheguru will be there, but don't be disappointed as well. So it's a very good lecture, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Hardeep ji. Very beautifully you shared your experience and summarized a couple of points. So really appreciate for your contribution. Thank you very much, Hardeep ji. हाँ जी करतार जी, you are unmuted.
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह मास्टर जी.
वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह जी करतार जी.
Like Penji said, it was a very beautiful lecture from the start, from last week to this week, and wonderful little snippets of the gurus that you shared with us. Really amazing. I like the start of your lecture where you said the purpose of life is a life of purpose. Truly it is, but we need to understand, because we just refuse to understand when we don't get what we want. We need to understand and believe that God gives us what is really for us. And no matter how much we desire or we hope, even if we get it, it will get out of our hands. So it was not meant for us. And we need to believe that and understand that. I just want to share a little something that I read on the internet about the Turkey earthquake, which I think Panji discussed something about it last week. There was a man with 33 buildings. In 17 seconds, he became a pauper. Instead of a rich man with 33 buildings, in 17 seconds, he became a pauper. His buildings fell flat like a pack of cards.
Oh.
And his ownership was buried in the rubble. He was now on the street begging for food and homeless.
Okay.
I just read this on the internet and I'm just sharing it. He is now a completely broken man. But he is lucky to be alive.
Yes.
When I read it, that is what I thought. But he is alive, isn't it? But with willpower, strong willpower, hope and faith in God, that will help him to stand up and rebuild himself. I think that it shows what our strong willpower, our faith, our hope is. If we keep our hope in the right direction, we can build up. It is only when we give up, then we become dead in mind and body. That is when we lead into depression. But if we have trust and faith in God, we can stand up again. We can build ourselves again. We must always remember, I feel, I'm talking about myself now. Life is very unpredictable. Nothing is permanent. Let's all be kind and humble and respectful to all. and have a very strong faith in God, because He knows what we are doing. And this hope will enable us to look forward to a better tomorrow. Because if we don't have hope, we are nothing actually. And the faith in God has to be very, very strong to have this hope. Thank you very much, Master Ji.
Thank you very much, Kartar Kaurji, for sharing this. You always have something to share, so we always love to hear from you. So really appreciate. Thank you very much, Kartarji.
Thank you, Master Ji.
Ji, any other Sangat member ji? Don't be shy, please. Ji, Pal ji.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji. Das Mafi Chanda, last week I couldn't attend, so I didn't want to share much because I wasn't sure what you covered last week. But आज दा lesson सुन के बहुत अच्छा लगा. ते मैंने वो शब्द याद आ गया. I'm sorry if I'm repeating some of the things you may have said last week because I wasn't here. But Guruji says, Gur Prasad mera man vasya, jo mango so pavo re. Whatever I ask for, whatever I beg for, whatever hopes and desires I have, if I allow Guruji's grace and kirpa to be in my mind, my heart and soul, then whatever we ask for will be ours. Because वो शब्द बचपन तो यसी सिखते हैं जो मांगा है ठाकुर अपने ते सो ही देव है. So hopes and desires ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਇਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਈ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੰਗਾਂਗੇ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਮਿਲੇਗਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਆਸਾ ਮਨਸਾ ਸਗਲ ਤਿਆਗ ਹੈ ਜਗ ਤੇ ਰਹੇ ਨਿਰਾਸਾ. ਇਹ ਸਿਰਫ Bahadur Ji da shabad jira hai na, ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ one day when you reach such a high level of spirituality, then you just renounce all your hopes and desires and you remain desireless. But the rest of us who have not reached that great state, we still have lots of desires. ਤਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਅੱਛਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇੱਛਾ ਪੂਰਕ ਸਰਬ ਸੁਖ ਦਾਤਾ ਹਰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਵਸ ਹੈ ਕਾਮ ਤੇ ਨਾ ਸੋ ਐਸਾ ਹਰ ਧਿਆਈਏ ਮੇਰੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤਾਂ ਸਰਬ ਸੁਖ ਪਾਵੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਮਨਾ. God is the fulfiller of all desires and he has the control of even the कामतेन. And on a negative line, मैंने दूसरा शब्द बहुत अच्छा लगता है साहिब नितानिया कतान, क्योंकि उस शब्द ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੇ ਕੋ ਹੋਵੇ ਦੁਬਲਾ ਨੰਗ ਭੁੱਖ ਕੀ ਪੀਰ. Even if we are weakened by poverty, we have pain, we have all kinds of sorrows, ਦਮੜਾ ਪੱਲੇ ਨਾ ਪਵੇ ਨਾ ਕੋ ਦੇਵੇ ਤੀਰ, we have no money, nothing left in our pocket and our bank accounts, and Guruji says swar Swarat, Swao na kokare, na kichove kaj. And every hope and desire we have, nothing is being fulfilled. Guruji says there is still hope, and the hope is chitta ave, usapar bremta, nature hove raj. We will still be the king of the kings, even though we may be paupers today. All our hopes and desires will be fulfilled. So das maafi chanda hai. पिछले हफ्ते नहीं आया पर जी होप ते डिजायर्स दी गल करिए ता अरदास करिए वाहिगुरु जी साडे सारे सगल मनोरथ पूर्ण होए कदे ना होए दुखाला जियो. May we never have any pain, any suffering, any sorrowful moments, and may our hopes and desires be all fulfilled. And मैंने इत्थे ना एक बचपन तो एक कोर्स वास्ते गया सी उत्थे कहंदे पाल जी तुहाडा नाम ही HPS हैगा पूरा नाम जो जानदे हो आप नु पता है HPS है ते सारियां होप्स एंड डिजायर्स पूरी करने वास्ते पहले हिच सानू अपने अंदरले नेगेटिव कर्म हील करने पैणगे. So remember healing, the moment we heal our bad karmas within, that is step number 1. Number 2, P is to reprogram our mind for prosperity consciousness. फिर जदों ਉਹ ਅਸੀਂ prosperity consciousness ले आवांगे ਤਾਂ फिर S ਦੇ ਨਾਲ अच्छे सिस्टमैटिक स्टेप बाय स्टेप स्ट्रेटजीज फॉलो करके शब्द सीख के फिर सब आशा हर पूरियां मेरे प्यारे मन चिंदड़िया फल पाया. Then all our hopes and desires will be fulfilled. So those of you who want the full lecture notes, you have my WhatsApp number. मैनू बाद ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਪੁੱਛ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, मैं ज्यादा टाइम ना लवा. But remember, the day we clear all our negative karmas, मूत पलिती कपड़ों देश बुन लिया तो पर ये मत पापा के संग ओ तो पे नामे के रंग. With the name of the Lord, we clean and heal our bad karma. Number 2, we reprogram our mind for prosperity consciousness. And number 3, we use the right strategies. Then every ask, every mansa will be fulfilled, because my Guruji says, Ich punni man aas gaye visuriya. That all my hopes and desires are now fulfilled. All my sorrows are gone. So our ardas kariye akhir de vich ki gur asa mansa puriya meri jindagi hai. har milya pokh sab jaye ram. All our hungers will be satisfied if we come to our Guruji. When we meet our perfect Guruji, all our hopes and desires will be fulfilled, because Ja milya pura Satguru. Meet the fulfilling God Satguru. Amali ta asa mansa sab pure. ਤੇ ਅਖੀਰਲੀ ਪੰਕਤੀ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਦਾਸ ਖਿਮਾ ਦਾ ਜਾਚਕ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਆਨੰਦ ਕਾਰਜ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਜਾਣੇ ਆ, ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਸ਼ਬਦ, ਪੂਰੀ ਆਸਾ ਜੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਮਨਸਾ. We have always heard this shabad when you go for a wedding. Let's sit there, and as they sing that shabad, puri asa ji mere mansa, let us just say thank you, Lord, for giving us everything in our life and in the future too. Hamesha sanu dende rehna, because there is no one else we can turn to. Jo manga Thakur apne te soi soi deve, Nanak Das mukh te jo bole iha uha sach hove. Let us heal our bad karma. Let us reprogram our mind for prosperity. Let us use the right strategies, and all our hopes and desires will be fulfilled. Pul chuk di maafi. Thank you for giving me this time to share. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki
Vaheguru Ji
Fateh
ki
ji.
Fateh ji. Thank you very much, Pal ji, for sharing your views and contributing with more Gurbani Panktis. Really appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ji.
And any other Sangat member ji who wants to share or add something, ji? Hanji, iPhone KT, I cannot read your name, so you are unmuted. Would you like to add or share something, ji? iPhone KT is written. So, Hanji. Okay, ji. Any other Sangat member, ji? Okay, so request you all kindly unmute yourself so that we all can say Gur Fateh together, ji. So आओ सारी साथ संगत जी तुसी अनम्यूट हो जाओ जी, पर सारे प्यार नाल आखिए वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह जी. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Master Ji.
Thank you.
All fulfilled.